What's up guys, Volt here bringing you a brand new movie car remake. In today's remake, I'm bringing you the 1969 Mach 1 Ford Mustang that John Wick drives in, well, the John Wick movies. John Wick Chapter 2, John Wick Chapter 3, and probably John Wick Chapter 4. Maybe it'll be rebuilt, and I definitely can't wait for that movie. It's not out yet. I cannot wait for it, and it's going to be a great movie. This is probably one of my favorite series, like movies and everything, and the character that plays John Wick is Keanu Reeves, which I think he does a fantastic job of playing John Wick, like an assassin type deal, or a hitman. You know, it's really, really cool, and it's just a really great movie overall. If you haven't seen it, I highly recommend it. So people are probably wondering, why'd you call it a Mach 1 Ford Mustang? Well, mainly reason for that is because in the movie he gets approached by some people and they say, you know, nice car, and they say, oh, it's a Boss 429 1967, and he says, no, it's a 1969. So it's actually not a Boss 429, it's actually a Mach 1. There's going to be a lot of controversy. A lot of people are going to be saying, oh no, it's a Boss 429, guys, it's not a Mach 1. No, actually, I looked it up, it is a Mach 1. It's not a Boss 429. So unfortunately, but this car is actually looking fantastic. As you can see, I'm going around in the sunlight, so you can see this custom crew color that I created for it. All I did was look up steel gray, which is like the main color that the car was made of, and just kind of played around with the color for probably a good 5 minutes, and this is what I came up with. I think it turned out really nice. I will say that the only thing I am really saddened about is that the pearlescent I picked, and the best one that actually fits for it, as you can see, goes over top the livery and just bleeds out the livery terribly. Let's get into starting out with the base price. So let's go to the internet. We're going to go to the travel and transport website. We're going to go down to the Southern San Andreas Super Autos website, and then we're going to go down and you want to find yourself the Vapid Dominator GTT, part of the Los Santos Tuners update. Now, as you can see here, I have the trade price, but if you don't have the trade price, it is going to cost you $1,220,000, which I'm going to put right around this area. And if you do have the trade price, it's going to cost you $915,000. Now, I did create another car build with this. It was a Fast and Furious build. It was Rome's Mustang, and it also turned out really well. You can actually create some really nice builds with this car. Once you have your car and you have your color, meet us at the Los Santos Customs location. But yeah, after we get your car and you get your color, let's go inside and customize the beauty. So as you pull in, the Vapid Dominator GTT is in the muscle category. Pretty much self-explanatory. You know, it is supposed to be a muscle car, you know, Mustang of all sorts. I would even say it is supposed to be a Mach 1, but you know, I don't know cars 100%. I just kind of look them up on certain websites and just do my research myself. But this is what I came up with, and you guys can let me know what you think at the end of the video. So as I say in all my builds, I go over the overall look, the visual appearance, and the basic design of the car and how it's portrayed in the movie, game, or anywhere else in general itself. Anything I don't go over is completely up to you. I just put a few staples in on my build. If you want to recreate my build or take something away from my build to build your own, you're more than welcome to. Just follow along with the video. Without further ado, let's get on with the build. So to start things off, you want to go to bumpers, you want to go to front bumper, and you just want to keep that stock. It wasn't painted or anything, it was pretty much chrome. So you definitely want to keep it stock and not really paint it, do secondary or primary. You're just going to be wasting more money and actually ruining the car build in general. So just keep it stock. After that, we move on to the rear bumpers. You just want to keep that stock as well. Nice chrome design. Definitely say keep it stock, because it did have those rivets on the back. It was chrome. And it just looks really, really nice. And again, you're saving money. So why not just keep it this way? From there, we move on to the engine. Now, I don't think we really get to see much of it in the movie. Maybe in the second part when it's getting all beat to heck and back, but other than that, I wouldn't say we don't really see what was exactly underneath the hood. So I just kind of went with my own design. I'm going to show you what I did. If you want to follow or use what I did and put it on your own build, you're more than welcome to, but you know, you can customize it however you wish. For the engine block, I went with the chrome valve covers. Pretty much I try to keep it all like a chrome look. After that, move on to the air filters. I went with the chrome air filter. From there, we move on to the strut brace. I went with a polished strut brace. And last but not least, to the intercoolers, I kept it stock because I didn't really see a change in the intercooler. And that is what I did underneath the hood. From there, we move on to the exhaust. Now, I went with the chrome tipped exhaust. I think this fits the best. It has like an angled exhaust. It also is chrome tipped. And I would say his exhaust is angled at points. I'll definitely show pictures on screen. But yeah, I say the chrome tipped exhaust is still the best option. From there, we move on to the fenders. I just went with the stock fenders. I didn't see anything on changing it. It wasn't a wide body or anything, so you know, just keep it nice and stock. From there, move on to the grille. I went with the hood badge delete. You do want to get rid of that, you know, Ford Mustang logo there. It was just pretty much a nice clean design. and it did have a grill in there, so you definitely want to keep the grill. So just pretty much delete that badge on there and you're good to go. From there, move on to the headlight covers. I kept the headlight covers stock. You know, I don't see any reason on covering them, and it definitely wasn't covered or changed anywhere in the movie like this. After that, move on to the hood. Go to hood catches. I went with the race hood pins mainly because it actually had like the race like pieces to it. Now there are two options you could do. If you do not like this option here that I chose here for this one, because I think it fits the best, then you can also go with the drag hood pins. Now the drag hood pins do go a little bit more loopy. That kind of sounds a little weird, but that's exactly what they do. As you can see, if I kind of angle it a little bit, you can see they loop out more. So unfortunately, I still think that the race hood pins is the better option, mainly because it's more flush to the hood. It's not like sticking out over the hood, as you can see from these pictures here, like this screen, like this angle and everything. They're just more flush. Definitely go with the race ones. I think they definitely fit the best for the build. From there, move on to the hood. You just want to go with the primary Sabre Turbo hood. Now, kind of stick with me on this because I know this is a way bigger hood scoop than what he had on his car. His was more, I would say, kind of along the lines of the small hood, cow hood here. It was like a really small one, like a really, really small like hood scoop type deal on the front, and like a hood vent or whatever. It was really, really small. But unfortunately, Rockstar did not give us that opportunity or that, you know, chance to do so. So you can either go with the primary Sabre Turbo hood, or you can go with just a stock hood, which is a nice smooth hood. So your choice on what you want to do. You know, this is kind of a little bit more of an Eleanor type look to it, but I still think it does fit and look the best. From there, move on to the interior. You want to go to seats, and you just want to keep them stock. It was a nice kind of stock looking seats inside, like a stock Mustang type look seats, like an older style. And these racing seats definitely don't do us justice at all for the car, so, and definitely for the build. So definitely just keep the stock seats. After that, move on to the steering wheel. I went with a stock steering wheel mainly because it has like I believe it had like an Eleanor type style steering wheel to it, like, you know, a Shelby Mustang style steering wheel to it. And all these other ones just pretty much change it into like a racing, street racing type steering wheel. The at least stock one keeps it nice and stock, and it kind of looks like it kind of belongs a bit better. And after that, move on to the roll cage. Didn't have a roll cage in it, so I definitely wouldn't add anything like that to it. From there, move on to the lights. You want to go to headlights. You just want to keep them stock. Get that old style look to it, which looks awesome. From there, move on to the neon kits. You want to go to neon layout, and it's going to be none because there was no neon on the car. Be kind of interesting if there was, and I would be kind of curious to see what his neon would be, but yeah, for the movie, it didn't have anything, so definitely don't put anything on it. From there, move on to the livery. Now, you definitely do have to add this because it does kind of make or break the car. You want to add the black performance stripes. This gets those nice, big, double black stripes going all the way down the back. Unfortunately, it does go over top the spoiler, which is kind of stupid, and like, it just overlays. I mean, Rockstar could probably fix that if they wanted to. Will they? Probably not. The black performance stripes is definitely the best option for this build. After that, move on to the louvers. You just want to keep none. Didn't have any like window vents or fins or anything on the back, so I would just keep it nice and clean on the back, so just no louvers. From there, move on to the plate. Now, the plate I went for is a blue and white too, mainly because it was on the front. Didn't really get to see the back end of it too much, but at the gas station part, you get to see the front end of it, and it had a New Jersey license plate on it. My best option for a New Jersey license plate is the blue and white 2, and the custom plate you want to go for is XAB235. Again, that is XAB235. Now, that is the custom plate that was actually in the movie. It was on the front. Again, I'll try to show pictures and kind of blow it up down there in the corner if I can. That way you guys can see it like in all its glory and just see it like, oh yeah, it is the plate. I try to make the plates as identical as I can, but unfortunately, can't put a space, can't put a dash, can't put anything to kind of separate that like a real plate would be. But that is GTA, and that's just Rockstar for you. But yeah, that is the plate that I think fits the best for the build. After that, move on to the skirts. You want to go with the primary pillar scoop. Now, his scoop was kind of like on the side of the car. Unfortunately, we cannot do that for this build, but it does have a scoop on the side, so I definitely would go with the primary pillar scoop. Anything else doesn't fit, and if you just go with anything, like if you go with secondary color or anything else, it's just going to change differently. So I'll definitely go with the primary pillar scoop. After that, move on to the spoilers. Now, I did have carbon wing on when we first started the video, but I did change my mind throughout the video and throughout the build, so I do apologize, but I want to make this perfectly clear. The livery problem is not a problem anymore. And the carbon, it does become a problem because the carbon is a different color than the livery. But if you go with a matte black as a secondary, which we're going to because it matches the seats, then you want to go with the secondary wing, and that just makes the livery pretty much non-existent on the wing. Also, the rear wing as well as the front splitter kind of match as well, and they should match because that's what they should do. They're like a black plastic or like a dark matte color. So yeah, I definitely would go with the secondary wing. Do not go with the carbon wing. I apologize in advance, and I'm making this change right now throughout the video, so I have to do it later on through editing, like with text and everything. So yes, go with the secondary wing. It is my personal best option in my personal opinion. From there, we move on to the splitters. Speaking of which, we're going to keep that stock because we want that nice dark splitter. We don't want to remove it, and the other ones it just kind of ruins it. Also, if you put the secondary chin spoiler on, you can do this if you really wish, but I would definitely highly recommend not to, mainly because the pearlescent, as you can see, actually goes over top of it. Now, that is a problem also with the spoiler, but not as much. It doesn't shine on the spoiler as much, and it's not really that noticeable. But on the chin, the chin spoiler on the front, on the splitter, you can definitely tell and notice. If you keep it stock, as you can see here, there's barely any, if any, shine at all. And I still think just saving money where you can is a better option, so I definitely just say to go with stock. But if you don't want to do that, then just go with the secondary chin spoiler. From there, move on to the sun strips. He didn't have one, so don't worry about putting one on there. After that, move on to the suspension. I mean, it's a muscle car. At the most, if you really wanted to, you could go with the lowered. But me personally, I'm just going to keep it stock. I mean, it was a Mustang. It was probably just a stock suspensions type deal. Maybe like some coilovers or something. Maybe it was lowered like a tiny, tiny bit. But, I mean, from the pictures and everything I see and I'm going to show, it looks like a stock size. Like, it's not lowered like this. That would just be stupid in my opinion. But yeah, I would just stick with it stock. Or if you really want to lower it, then I would go no more than a lowered suspension. From there, we move on to the turbo. Now, you definitely want to add this in because you want that horsepower. I mean, it's supposed to be a Boss 429, but, it's not actually a Boss 429. Later on, we find out it's an automatic, Mach 1. And even like the stripes and everything are supposed to say it's a Boss 429, but it's not. Even the hero car that the car is actually based around, and then they build other ones to make crash scenes and things, then even that is not a Boss 429. It is still just I believe a Mach 1, but I could be wrong. But it's definitely not a Boss 429. So yeah, I definitely would just add the turbo tuning. Unfortunately, we don't have a supercharger option, but it's still better than nothing. And it would just give you that extra power. This thing is actually pretty fast too, so I would say definitely add that turbo. From there, move on to the wheels. You want to go to wheel type, you want to go down to the muscle category, you want to go down to the chrome rims, and you want to put on the Muscle Freak rims. Now, these I think fit the best because one, you get to actually put tire text on these. There is an option to do the stock ones if you want to, if you don't want to spend the money, but he did have tire text on his tires. And the sad part is that the tires on this are just so small. I wish we had a little bit bigger. Not as big as the F1s, but maybe a little bit smaller would be nice. But yeah, the Muscle Freak, again, number one, they work really well because you can actually put tire text on. And two, they have pretty much the same exact design as the stock ones, which allow you to actually put tire text on. So yeah, I say the Muscle Freak chrome rims are the best option. They're going to be a little bit expensive for you guys if you don't have them free. I don't have them free, unfortunately. So, yeah, there you go. Muscle Freak all the way. From there, we move on to the wheel color. They're going to be chrome, so you can't change that. You don't have to worry about changing that anyways. After that, move on to the tires. Tire design is going to be custom tires because you definitely want that tire text on there. Without it, it just doesn't look right, and it just kind of looks a little bland, I guess. So yeah, definitely add those custom tires on there because you did have those tire text on the tires. After that, move on to the tire enhancements. You can add bulletproof tires on if you wish. I know it's GTA Online, so you can if you wish. It's more realistic if you don't, and most of the time I don't, and most of the time I get my tires popped out. So you can pick and choose. You want to create a more realistic replica of the car, or do you want to create a car that doesn't have to worry about bullets in GTA Online? Your choice. After that, move on to the tire smoke. You want to go with the white tire smoke. I mean, that's most of the cars are either going to be white or black most of the time. I don't really see too many colored tire smokes, so, but yeah, for this one, definitely go with the white tire smoke. And last before the respray is windows. You would just want to go with none. It didn't have any tint. I thought maybe it had like a little bit of tint. No, actually it was a nice crystal clear glass all the way around. It looked really nice and just looked really clean. It looked really simple, like simplistic, but very clean and very mean, I should say too. Alright, and I will see you guys in 2 seconds with a rolled steel primer color. Alright, and we're back. As you can see, I have my car and my primer out rolled steel. Pretty much what I always do for all my builds. That way I can tell you guys how I do my colors and what I do for the colors. So I have 2 options today. One's going to be a custom crew color that I created myself. This is pretty much going to be a steel gray type color, custom crew color that I created. The hex code will be on screen now if you want to use it. So what you want to do for it, you want to go to primary color. You want to go down to the crew section. And you just want to apply that right over top. It's going to make it a little bit darker, not too much. But, you know, it's going to definitely change it up differently than the rolled steel. So you definitely want to do that. So you do that. Then from there, you just go to the pearlescence. You go down to the very bottom, and you put on an ice white to get that nice, beautiful, like, steel-like shine to it. Now, I was kind of thinking about a bluish silver, and you guys might change yours up. And if you do, and you think it looks a little bit better, let me know. I'll do a little bit more experimenting on it. But, you know, silver, bluish silver, a rolled steel, or ice white. I mean, like I said, ice white, it just really overpowers the livery, unfortunately. But I mean, it just gives that nice, beautiful shine that you can't really get from anything else. Like the bluish silver is probably the next best thing, but I still just think that the ice white's the best choice. So there you go. That's why I put mine on for mine. So as I said in my previous videos, I'm also going to go over an LSC color option as well if you want to do that instead of using the custom crew color. So the option for this time is going to be metallic. You want to go down to the dark steel, and you just want to put that on right there. So to kind of get the comparison between the two, this is the dark steel, and this is my custom crew color. And you're probably thinking there's not really much difference. There's not. The actual custom crew color is a little bit lighter. That makes it look a little bit more like a steel look. The dark steel is going to be still a viable option. It's still the best option in the LSC because it is very close, unlike all the other colors. So yeah, the dark steel is definitely the best option if you want to use an LSC color. And then all you need to do is go into pearlescence and then just add that ice white over top the dark steel. But for me, I'm going to keep my custom crew color. Again, the hex code will be on screen. I think I showed it already. If not, it'll be right here for you guys right now. So there you go. And it literally took me like maybe 10 to 15 minutes to create this thing. It didn't take very long. I was just playing around with it for a bit, and I think it turned out great. Like, I might even switch it and put it on my Eleanor. I'm not even sure yet. From there, move on to the secondary color. Now, you're probably wondering what this changes. What this does is it changes the stitching on the inside. So, as you can see here, stitching on the seats. So, to kind of keep the seats all one color and kind of match that, like, little kind of like glossy type look to it, what I think is the best choice is to go to matte and actually put a matte black on. It just fits a little bit better than a matte or like a metallic black or like a classic black or even the crew color, as you can see. So yeah, I would definitely just go like a matte black. I think it just fits really well, and it just kind of fits like the stitching of the car and the seats too. I mean, it gets like that kind of like leatherish, like glossy leatherish type look to it, and it just fits really well. After that, move on to the trim color. I went with the graphite. I mean, like I said, most of the time I'm going to go with the graphite. If I go with black, it probably will match a little bit better. But graphite is just a little bit less like overpowering. Black is just black. You know, it's a lot. Just going a little bit lighter, like a shade lighter than graphite, is pretty much what I always go for. I mean, most of the time they come stock with graphite, and I believe this time I think it did too. It might have came stock with black, but I'm not sure. But yeah, if you want to go with the black, go ahead. But I think that graphite still fits really well. And I mean, if it comes stock with graphite, why would you change it? I mean, sure, it's not that much money, but some of these people that actually that want to watch my videos and actually build these cars don't have that much money like I do. So yeah, If it comes with graphite, keep it graphite. If it comes with black, keep it black. If you want to change it to black or graphite, it's your choice. And it's also your money. After that, move on to the accent color. I went with an ice white. Get that nice vibrant, dials so you can actually see them. And it just looks like a more old style car. And that is it. That's how you recreate the 1969 Mach 1 Ford Mustang that John Wick drives in, like I said, the John Wick series. John Wick Chapter 2, John Wick Chapter 3, and most likely we might even see, like the rebirth or like the newly built version of this in John Wick Chapter 4. Again, I do apologize about the mess up on the spoiler, but if you guys did miss that, go back to the spoiler section and look at that. Beforehand, outside, and during a few of the customization options before the spoiler, I actually had on the carbon spoiler and the livery went right over top of it. I actually decided to change that to not only change the seats, so the seats fit a lot better. It looks more like a leatherish type look to it, or like, it just kind of blends in with the color and the style of the seats. And it also works really well for the wing as well, because it is pretty much the same exact thing as the front chin spoiler or the splitter. So there you go. So let's go outside. Probably nice and dark out. Oh, actually, it's nice and light out. Nice. We get to see the shine again. That color. Oh, man, that color's beautiful. I honestly do not have many, if any, complaints on this. The only thing I say that I would complain about right now is that shine just really overpowers the livery, and it actually does kind of get on the spoiler a little bit, but I mean, at certain angles, not much. Over top of it, yeah, but like this, it goes over top the livery on the front. If I do this, it doesn't really overtop the spoiler as much. Like, it doesn't go over top of it that much. And as you can barely see, those lines for the livery actually kind of match in and really kind of fit with the spoiler. So yeah, this is my build for John Wick's car, and this is one of them. I did also create his Chevelle as well, so if you guys want me to do a video on that, let me know, and I will definitely put that in the works. I do have to work on the custom crew color for that, and I'll also try to go over it again just to make sure I hit everything, unlike this one. I guess I did miss one thing on the spoiler and like the seats and all that, but I think now I am very happy with the build. So let's go for a little bit of a drive. So again, like I said, the tuner's cars actually got a big nerf, or just pretty much got destroyed in the long run. So what you used to be able to do is you used to be able to hit the e-brake at about second gear once you get into second gear, and just kind of tap it, and it would kind of give you a speed boost. Well, now it just stays at a certain speed. What we used to call that was a mid-drive speed boost. I mean, some cars still have it, and even the newer cars actually have it. Some of them do. But unfortunately, most of the tuners cars did have it, and now with the new contract DLC, they ruined that and just destroyed the cars. So, as you can see here, I can kind of try to show you real quick. As you can see there, it's steady at 40 miles per hour. But my revometer was just, the rev is just going crazy. Like, look at that. 7,000, 8,000 RPMs and nothing. It was staying at 40 miles per hour. That would be terrible in your engine, by the way. So yeah, I would say that I'm hoping that they fix this issue, but I'm hoping they fix them because I do miss drifting. Because I used to be able to drift with not only this car but other cars too. But now without that extra speed boost, that wheel spin and all that, you just can't really do it. But anyways, enough of me rambling on. I hope you guys did enjoy the build. I think it looks and performs great. Also, I will say that even though they did nerf the mid-drive speed boost on these things, this car still is pretty fast. So. But yeah, if you guys did enjoy the build, let me know down in the comment section down below what you think of the color, what you guys think of the build in general, the car I used. Just let me know what you guys think in general. Do you like it? Do you hate it? Do you think it's okay? Do you think it could be better? Do you think the color is alright? You like the LSC color better? Just let me know. I always am happy to hear any kind of feedback, whether it's good, bad, you know, semi-good, semi-bad, both, you know, doesn't matter. Also, anytime I do change the colors on a car for you guys, if the custom crew color you want is not the one you want, and you actually request it, I'll get back to you soon. I do have a long list of people that want crew colors, so unfortunately, if I change it, and, you know, I comment to you saying, hey, I changed it, please change it as soon as you can, then I can go and keep on, I guess, kind of keeping the color train moving. That way people can continue getting custom crew colors that they want for the cars, for the builds. So, I'm sorry, I just wanted to let you guys know that. It's kind of hard to juggle everyone wanting one certain color in one crew. So, you know, it's difficult, but I try to do the best I can. Also, I just love hearing you guys' feedback. I'm always going to message you guys after I change it saying, hey, let me know what you think of the crew color. You know, it's definitely a whole lot different. Like right now, you may think this thing looks amazing, or you may think it looks like, you know, doo-doo. I don't know. But once you actually get it and change it in the crew on your own game, on your own TV, your own monitor, whatever, it's a whole new ballgame. I mean, it changes it completely. Like, you do not know what it exactly looks like and, like, how it appears until you actually see it on the car, or on a car, with your very own eyes in your game. I think that's pretty much going to wrap up the video. I said all I needed to say, so, as always, hope you guys did enjoy. If you did, don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, leave a comment down in the comment section down below for what build you want me to do next. It can be a build of any kind of movie, any kind of game, anything you want. I will definitely take it into consideration. Not saying I will build it, but I will definitely take it into consideration. And I'll also let you know if I can or cannot build it. I don't want to give you guys any kind of false hope. So, there you go. So, with all that being said, I hope you guys have a great day. Thanks for everything, guys. Literally, thank you for everything. Thanks for all the love, support. Thanks for, you know, enjoying the video, checking out the video, clicking on the video, sharing the video. Whatever you do, thank you. So, with all that being said, hope you guys have a great day. Again, thank you for everything. And I'll catch you guys later. I'm out. Peace.